Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today I'm going to give you a little bit of a review on my bike. Not done one since I've had it, and I've had it for 18 months. It's a little bit while, so I thought I'd just give you my thoughts. I'm not doing a professional bike check or anything. I don't really know much about bikes, just know what I like and don't like about this bike. So first thing, they are not light. I would not want to do a hiker bike with this bad boy, that's for sure. Even just getting it in and out of the car is quite a challenge. I know they're classed as a light e-bike in e-bike standards, but still, I think it's about 22 kilograms. I'll check it out and have a little look anyway. So yeah, that's the first thing. I'm going to give you some of the negatives first, so you can make your own mind up. So the next thing, which is an absolute ball ache on it, and I've gone through this, I'll put a video clip of it going up on there, is the spider clutch. Any water ingress into it and it ruins the bearings. So when you pedal, put power on it, it just slips, and it's a nightmare. So you do need to, when you're washing your bike, put a little bit of a protective cover around it. I'll show you the picture of that as well. And if you're going out on a ride and it's wet, then really grease it up around the area. So this is where it is. Right in there, that little bad boy, just behind that. Take care and look after it. So one of the main real faults that I've found on this is the controller. They call it the Iwoc controller. It's not waterproof. I don't care what anybody says. I'm on my third one now. So even when I'm washing the bike, I put like cling film around it, wrap it up. Again, I'll show you another picture of that. But you know, just knowing this will really help you out and save you money and time on the bike, to be honest with you, because I've had it away a lot. So the Iwoc controller is there. That's on there, and I just really wrap it around to make sure it's all good to go really when I'm washing it and there's no water that gets directly into it. I'll just give you a little overview. So that's on. So these lights sort of show that I've got 100% charge on the battery. If you press it up, it goes orange. That's in trail mode. When it flashes red, that's in ludicrous mode, which is boost mode on other e-bikes. It's got 108 Newton meters of torque as well on this bike, so it's got plenty of grunt. Obviously, if you go down, sorry, the green, flashing green, that means it's in eco. And when it flashes white, or whatever colour the battery's on at that point, that means that it's off. One other tip for you, always do a recalibration on your torque sensor. So make sure you've got it in the easiest gear, which is obviously that one there. I mean, on an e-bike, most gears are pretty easy, to be honest with you. Anyway, so once I'll turn it off again, because you need to do it apparently pretty much as soon as you turn it on. So turn it on, wait for this car to go by. Right, so that's now on. Hold down the top button until you see a blue light, and you'll see that coming up. Takes a little bit. There you go. So it's blue and green. Then just hold that in, and that's now reset your torque sensor. So also do that on the ride. If you find it's cutting in and cutting out, just redo that and it'll be fine. And then I just turn it off and turn it back on to reboot it. But a little tip, you know, I didn't know that one, so make sure you do that yourselves as well. Actually, do you know what? One other thing I've noticed as well, you ask any person who owns an e-bike how much it costs, and we all get defensive because we know we've just been bummed, basically. First 14 months on the bike was an absolute nightmare. I've had a new battery we've replaced in there, brand new motor, 3 Iwocs, a new spider clutch, speed sensor and torque arm. In a nutshell, a whole brand new bike pretty much, because of all the issues that I've had. Just been bad for that, really bad. But at least that period has passed. Thank God, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, enough of the bad stuff. If you've got any questions on that, drop me a message and I'll give you my thoughts on that. Good stuff. Climbing. This thing climbs like a goat. 108 Newton meters of torque. The chainstay is quite short, so you do need to keep your weight over the front, but it just keeps going. I love it for that. It's brilliant. I look up at a hill now and I think, right, what's the hardest way up? What can I do? Never thought that before. So Rocky Mountain have designed their own motor, the Dyname 3.0, and that's one of the main reasons why I went for it. they've designed the bike around the motor, not designed the bike and popped a motor on it, but like the first Orange, to be honest with you, that was horrifically looking. And it's got a torque sensor on it, so as soon as you apply pressure, the motor kicks in and gets you going. And the more pressure you apply, the more power you get out of it. So on a lot of bikes, you put it into that boost mode, and instantly, whatever pressure you put on, you get full power, which is a nightmare when you're climbing, to be honest with you. You know, if you're on the steep, you need it to be a little bit slower, whereas on this one, you decide how much power you get out of it. I mean, I tried Cube, Orange, Focus. I tried a different few ones, and when I jumped on this, there was no comparison. In my opinion, and only my opinion, it's the best e-bike there is. For handling wise, motor wise, it's incredible. The batteries are 675. I get around about 26 miles out of it. Still got battery left over, but you've got to, you know, look after your battery and sort of manage it all the way around, looking at eco, turning it off and doing that. And it does add to the ride, but it's good though, because then when you get into that last sort of 2 miles, you know you've got battery left, you just whack it into ludicrous mode and you don't really care. You tow people up the hill if you need to. It's that good. Yeah, I like it. Fitness is always a big thing that you get asked. Oh, you know, you lose all your fitness and just makes you fat and it's a ball ache. Well, listen, guys and girls, I am fat. I'm not very fit and I don't care, to be honest with you. I want a bike which gets me to the top of the hill and I can smash it downhill. And here's the real fact. Since getting this bike, I've never ridden as much as I have done now. And I've never progressed as much as I have done now. It gives me so much confidence. You know, the Fox 36 on the front, I think it's a Fox Float DPS on the back, so 160, 150. Stunning suspension, I love it. I had a Rock Shocks before that and chalk and cheese, to be honest with you. It's beautiful. I mean, would a quick downhill rider or a quick rider be quicker downhill or slower downhill on it? That's a hard one, really. I mean, personally, I think they'd probably be quicker going downhill on it, if I'm being brutally honest, because they've got way more energy by the time they get to the top of that climb. In fact, we should really find out, shouldn't we? Jason, hopefully you're watching this, you better be. Why don't you take it out for a day, do Eastridge or something like that, do some time runs and see what you think, see what you think of it, because we know you're a quick rider. Stop a Doodle Doos' channel and have a little look at it there, to be honest, and see what you think. And while we're at it, Mark, let's have a little bit of Peak District, shall we? You take it out for a ride on the Peak District and see if you're quicker on it, or if you feel better, or how you get on. I know you'll feel better on the climbs, we all know that, same as me. That's a good challenge. It won't be until after this lockdown's done, so obviously make sure you subscribe to their channels, and then when they get the chance to do it, have a little look and watch. If you're not already subscribed to the channel and you like this content, I do feature Fridays, do big rides, all on the e-bike. Subscribe now, because that's what you're going to get. Oh, we've been having some fun today, that's been quite good. The brakes on the bike, they're Shimano XT 4-pots. Best brakes I've ever had, ever. Anybody who gets on the bike always comments on the brakes, says they're really powerful. You can modulate them, I love them. They are incredible. Shimano group set as well, which is really good. Although, I have to be honest, I had to change the rear cassette after 200 miles and the chain. Probably through my own novice approach to an e-bike, changing gears, but I always thought I was fairly careful on that, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens. I've got an e-bike specific chain, which I guess means it's chunkier. Have you noticed as well though, anything mountain bike stuff's expensive, there's no doubt. MTB after it, double the price. Now the little cheeky E before the MTB, triple the price. That wash, specific for e-bikes, what, 30 quid? Rubbish. So the bike does have walk mode. You hold down this very bottom button and just hold it in, and then it should, oh, here we go. Yeah, also the harder gear you've got it in, the faster it will go when you're walking, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't really use it too much, but handy if it's there if you need it. The app, so it's called, I think it's e-bike motion, e-motion, e-bike motion, something. I'm not doing that. It's not very good. It's all right, you can change all your settings on there for the different modes and how much power you have in each of them, but for tracking activity, etc., pretty rubbish. I just use mine for the basics, and that's about it really. So yeah, take that into account. The app is not very good. But one other thing, with the controller, obviously you can't see exactly how much battery you've got left, so it says green, so I know that's about 80%. with the new Iwoc, it's Ant Plus, so it will connect to a Garmin, and then you can get the app on there, the e-bike app, and that will show you exactly how much battery you've got left. So I am tempted to get one of them. But on the rear of the bike, I've actually put on a Minion DHF just to get the grip. I had an Aggressor on before and that was rubbish in this mud. The DHF has been so much better, and the Michelin E-Wild on the front, that is an amazing tyre. Love it so much. So do I ever wish that I'd gone for a Levo or a Cube Orange Focus? Not at all, no. I wouldn't swap this for the world, even after 14 months of pain. Not a chance. I love it. Everything you get about it is brilliant. It's by far the best bike I've ever had, by far. Oh, that looks a bit tasty. I mean, look at it. It doesn't really stand out like an e-bike, does it? If we're being brutally honest here. You know, it's beautiful. Oh, in case Mark ever gives you one of these stickers, they give MTB. Make sure you got a degree first before try putting it on. Freaking thing's the hardest thing to put on ever. Whew. Looks good though. I need to get my stickers done, but obviously not as cute as the little unicorns. Another benefit of this bike for you, everything new they bring out, you can retrofit. Even a 2015 bike, totally retrofit it, which is perfect. You know, I don't want to have to upgrade the bike to get a new part. Nope, everything is perfectly, well, what's the word I'm looking for? You can fit it on any old bike. Doesn't have to be a brand new one. That's really good, that. Not many can do that, I reckon. So my final thoughts and review on the bike. Yes, there are some annoying bits about it with the water on the Iwoc and the spider clutch. But for me, the best e-bike there is. I think it's incredible. Best decision I've ever made. Love it. Handles like a weapon going down hills. Hopefully we get to see Jason and Mark doing it as well and let them see what they think. I think they'll rather like it, to be honest with you. And I don't regret it for one bit, even after 14 months of sheer hell. Just brilliant. Love this thing. Absolutely love it. And if you do go for one, you will not regret it. Just make sure you've got some good support, yeah? And by that I mean your local bike shop. All right guys, take care. Bye.